Am I live? Let's see about that. Seems I am live. Fantastic. Cool, one might say. Cool. One. As I say so myself, I am live. Cool. Well, let me just get stuff ready. So, hello, anyone who's watching the VOD. You can skip to the time stamp in the description and in the play bar. So, yeah, you can go do that if you wish.
Has been nullified with Joffrey. It doesn't look as if Robert or Sir offered Tommen in his after what happened to his brother. It decides this Robert's friend is there was no way he could have Ned around after this. Even if he thought Arya was innocent and the wolf acted alone, he couldn't look at her without seeing his son. That was the same for Cersei. He was far more vindictive than him. So, at first light, the two parties go their own way. Ned, Robert, out to the capital. Tommen is now one find and Arya and Sansa are obviously traumatized over the prince's death. Sansa more so since she was supposed to marry him, and she watched him die and felt his blood on her hands. A part of her is still angry at her. And them aren't exactly which is difficult enough for Ned. But things would only get worse from here, as when he meets his wife Catelyn, he learns of the attempt on Bran's life while he was away. Catelyn shares her theory that she believes that this was the work of House Lannister. She talks about how expensive the dagger was, and the yellow hair that she found in the tower that Bran supposedly fell from. Coupled with the
Hello? Well, ignore whatever that was, the sound. Because I think there was sound there. Hoo hoo hoo. Oh, pickle. Well then. I'm gonna start soon. Um... Whoa. Okay, well, I might as well just start then. Okay, cool. Seems like done that. Cool. Let's have at it then. You might have seen. Ooh, what's this? Why are you so far ahead? Well, haha, dear viewer, you don't even know the half of it. Go here. Yeah. Yeah, over here. Cool. Alright then. So I guess for anyone who's watching, I played a bit offline. The only thing that I did was I finished the quest with the mother, who is gonna have a child, right? I lied to her that her child will be like cured of the hollow-born disease. So I did that. And then I also helped the blacksmith along as well. And then I cleared up a lot of the other roads as well. Also during the Defiance Bay one, I when I was here, there was a Defiance Bay person who I helped. Or didn't help. I lied to, saying like, "Oh, your cargo is gone," right? Even though it wasn't. So yeah.
Certainly.
That's what I did. Okay. Now we're going to go to Radrick's Hold to finish off this before we go to Caed Nua, which then will progress the main quest. What the? Oh, that was weird. Let me just pause here to check on something. I'm just quickly checking something on the back end. So, yeah. If it is a Night and Pillars a double feature, hello Zilton, how are you doing? It is me, and also this double feature. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I tried playing a bit of Elgard, right? Man, I did not have the time whatsoever. I'm gonna end up just having to start the whole final act again just to sort of get it through. Yeah, but it's good though. You're in fact doing well. Well, that is a fact I'd like to know. That's a good fact, as it were. I am very good. Yeah, I'm very good. Not doing much. I'm slowly but surely finishing my Exodus video. It took a while to finish it. But I'm nearly done with it. Especially because like I have to do things like, you know,
I'll see
making
what
sure
I
I
can
get
find.
the facts right. So there's one part I had to confirm, which was the Mass Effect trilogy considered, or was the Mass Effect trilogy from the get-go?
Wouldn't mind having a word with our esteemed lord while we're here. Got some suggestions for him.
Thank you, Eder. And for me, was to find out if the Mass Effect trilogy was in fact supposed to be a trilogy, right? Like, okay, it was supposed to be a trilogy. I found out. I got the reference point for it, so I just need to make sure that was correct, so I wouldn't be absolutely a moron. Which is something I'm trying to do a lot more, which is make sure I have like sources to back my claim. The game is louder than me. The game is louder than me. The game is louder than me. Let me. It's a bit loud, yeah. I'll turn it a tad softer. Be fine here. Right here to the game event. Okay. Let's say 70%. 70% should be fine, right? Okay. Okay. So that should be fine. Okay, cool. I broke and decided to commit to Baldur's Gate 3. I even started having fun with it. That's cool, Azraelton. How are you having fun with it? Because I hear, and there it says this is their last DLC. That hey, we're finally going to finish Baldur's Gate 3 with patch 8. So I wonder if that's true. You know, not that I don't necessarily don't believe them when they say it's the last patch, but they clearly have, I think, a track record of, oh yes, so this is the final thing. Oh no, we have more stuff to do. Yeah. Which I also want to make my own like sort of video about Baldur's Gate 3. Go. I should be fine. If this is the last person, honestly, fuck them for making a half-ass pass in garbage no pause. I mean, one thing that does like weird me out sometimes, with how people sort of treat Larian is that like there's a lot more leeway given to Larian than other studios. Because I know for a fact, right? If BioWare made like the same game, or if any other studio made the same game, even like BioWare, right? I think that people would be a lot more critical of it. You know, it's 2010. Yeah, it's literally that, right? No pause in dialogue. The same button that skips these lines. The same button that closes replies. These replies. Yeah. Oh, is that what you meant? Yeah. No, yeah, that too as well. Right. Obviously, it's not really much of a struggle for me because I don't skip the dialogue that often. But I remember a few times where I've accidentally skipped the dialogue. It's like, oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, no game speed Salah, and the game is slow as fuck. Yeah, like it's cool. I can move tables around. I'm afraid it's still tedious. I mean, yeah, no, I agree. You know, especially when you get later into the game, it becomes very, very slow. To the base that keeps out of wall, a sewer grate spills murky, foul-smelling waste water into keep surrounding moat. Silk moss stones from a precarious bridge across Mercury. I sometimes skip dialogue if I read subtitles. Oh, okay, that's cool then. Yeah, though I don't really skip subtitles. I like them. I mean, skip the dialogue. I like them. Yeah, but I can get you by that because like it's very odd to me that Leonard was given a lot of leeway. And I guess this is literally just like gamers don't actually care if the game is broken. They just care if they trust, you know, in air quotes, the developer making the game. So if they trust it, they'll give them the leeway for it. Or when I was replaying section burning house rescue, it was incredibly tedious. Yeah. Especially when you want to, because when I had to replay that section as well to make sure I save everyone. And that section is very weird because there's two people you have to save, right? You have to save the counselor and you have to save that like one guy. But the way it's done is very weird, which is if you want to save the guy, right, you have to do him first before saving the counselor, which is weird because it doesn't really make sense for you to kind of ignore the burning building and just go save that person and ignore the other one. It's very weird to me. There's a good game there, but god damn it, the game is not helping. Yeah, it's definitely a game that you have to put a lot more effort into it, especially because like I think one thing that kind of opened my mind to it is that Baldur's Gate 3 isn't just a single player game, it's a co-op game. Imagine if you were playing like a co-op with another player. It's very different. you know, where you can like basically have your DM party go around doing different quests and whatnot. I actually saved the guy after freeing the chest. Really? Because I tried to do that and it never worked for me. Because every time I did that, he died. You know? Okay, I mean, maybe you're just better than me, Zilton. Maybe they're just better than me. Bend the bar. You think that someone of sufficient strength can bend some of the more worn bars, allowing passage? Who will make the attempt? Me. I can't do it. Eloth. You can't do it. Adair. You can't do it. Durant. You can't do it. Use the pry bar. Constant rush of foul water against the grate makes it moving difficult, but you manage to place the bar between more heavily rested bars and give it a heavy push. Nice. With a groan, one of the... I doubt that. It's just she walked downstairs and the guy had to be guided there manually. Oh, okay. Cool then. Yeah, still, I think it is still weird though. I guess. That said, I love the dialogue and especially the checks. I mean, that is cool, you know. It is nice having dialogue checks though, even though it's very easy to cheese them. And I'm fine, I guess, with being able to cheese them so easily, because you could just literally, oh yeah, here's me just saving in the middle of the dialogue, and then if I fail, like I did this with like a series of difficult checks, just to get nat 20s, because I wanted to. It was nice. Yeah, beyond the broken grass, the dark passage leads further than keep. Monkey waters follow the. You need to take a deep breath to forestall the stretch around you. Flip forward and the time of the walls soon fade from view as you plunge into the forbearing darkness. It's hard going after a long period of swimming. All strokes grow slower and erratic with the fatigue. But as you swim on, light begins to filter through the murky water ahead of you. You press on, seeking out the source until you find yourself standing beneath a circular gap in the tunnel and a way out. Nice. I'm in. I think playing on easy, the checks are very lenient, but yeah, I'm not a fan of failing the check. I mean, yeah, right. It's one of those. Again, it is supposed to be very D&D. It's one of those things where it's like, wait, hold on. Just had to check something. Oh wow, that's not supposed to happen. What was I saying? Oh yeah. It just depends on like, because since it's trying to be like a bit of a D&D game, it means that those checks are kind of, would you normally be up to the DM to decide like if they want to be lenient to the players or not, right? So yeah, but obviously yeah. Like yeah, if there's a fun result in Disco, sure, but in Holy 3 failing the check from combat, which is the worst version of the game, is bestowed upon me. Yeah, it's one of those. It's definitely one of those things that you have to get used to, especially because I think people like dialogue checks more than combat checks, because yeah, sure, the combat check is supposed to be like representing like your character's skill, you know, but what it really does do is just make it feel very annoying. That's all, really, because like, oh, I just failed this combat check and I'm now dying and whatnot. I whatever. But a dialogue check, a check in dialogue, is a lot more satisfying because it's like, oh yeah, I'm building my character around this sort of narrative thing.
I haven't seen
Why am I so bad? Okay. I am better at this game, I think. Even though I constantly just use this one spell.
Yes?
Spot on! Let's end this!
Nice, we did it, boys.
I
I don't suppose we could rest a spell.
Also, the game is not designed for consoles, to say the least. I mean, yeah, I eventually got used to it. Right. The only thing I like about like the console version for Baldur's Gate 3 is the movement. On PC, I just do not like the movement at all. I'm not a fan of just like clicking everywhere. I'm much better of a bigger fan of like how Origins was, which you just use mouse and keyboard. You know, that was like so much better. Get me out of this murder box.
Oh?
Wow. Okay, nice. Murder box
Certainly.
complete. I think. Hold on.
Hey,
There are traps here, from what I remember. You just do that. Oh wow, you are like nearly dead, my guy. Huh. Yeah, I prefer manual walking around too if it wasn't so slow, yeah. That's another weird thing, like, the game is like very slow. Oh, it missed, that's funny.
Hmm?
Yeah, I remember like playing Baldur's Gate 2 and then like even Dragon Age Origins wasn't that slow compared to like Baldur's Gate 3. Like Baldur's Gate 3 is like a very slow game for some reason. I don't know why. All the apparently every single grave, right, you can find, the names there are Bioware could never make a slow ass game, okay? They could never do that, alright? Even Baldur's Gate 1 had like a fast forward feature. Yeah, Pillars of Eternity didn't even have a fast forward feature. I mean Divinity Original Sin never had a fast forward feature. That's very funny to me. Map.
See now what the flame has shown us?
I could use a wee kip.
You could use a wee kip. For real, the Dragon Age protagonist is a Doomguy speed in comparison to Tab. Yeah, Tab is so slow, man. It's unreal how slow Tab is. I don't get it. I know for a fact this is the exit. Oh my gosh, how is that a trap? Gosh darn it, man. Through exploration, the exploration is kind of growing on me. Yeah, that's the weird thing. I think if you don't really, if you treat Baldur's Gate 3 as really like a a dungeon rob that you and your friends do, right, and not really as like a serious sort of linear plot story, it's a lot better than that. It's a lot better because of it, you know, because so much of Baldur's Gate 3, and especially Larian's other games, Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2, it is much better to treat it like just a like a Molder cancer. That's very funny. It's much better to treat it just like you playing with your friends D&D, and you're not really taking the story that seriously, but it's something you're like doing, you know. Mark Dara, like when he made his video about Larian becoming like AAA, the point of his video.
I'll see what I can find.
the point of his video, he
What?
said very explicitly. Sorry. Oh boy, sorry. I'm losing myself.
That's settled.
He said that it feels
Yes.
like a DM who's telling the story as the I need to finish the sentence. He says that it feels like a story that a DM is laying on as they're going. It's like they're laying the tracks as the train is going. The players want to go left, right, center. They want to go below ground. They want to go above ground. They want to go every single place, you know. And that's how a lot of exploration and Baldur's Gate really is, you know. It's that feeling of like, oh, you want to cross the bridge, but I want to go under the bridge. Okay, sure, you can go under the bridge. But is there a cave there? Yeah, there's a cave there. Oh, I want to go into the town. I want to go to the left of the town. Okay. I want to go behind the town. Okay. I want to go to the right of the town. Okay, there's like a pathway back that you could go to another place. There's so many different angles and avenues you can approach a situation, right? Which obviously does feel like, as I said before, really like a DM laying the track
Certainly.
as they're playing again, as their players are, you know, doing it. It's interesting. I failed to disarm the trap. Okay.
Hey, kinda like your attention, don't you?
I could use a wee kip.
I also love
Let us end this!
the character so far. Astarion is my fave so far, with Shadowheart being a close second. Also often positioned. There's so much banter, maybe more than Velgard even. Funny you say that. I think I'll look it up. Because Dragon Age Velgard has about 5 hours worth of banter, right? Baldur's Gate 3 has, check, 3 hours of banter. So and Dragon Age Inquisition has 5 hours of banter as well. So the only reason why it feels like there's more is because Larian allowed it to trigger more. Yeah, that whole Larian freedom is just no for me. I'm too boring for that. I don't even break stuff in Bethesda games. I mean, yeah, right. Like I don't think Baldur's Gate 3 is a very simulational game. It's clearly not like trying to be that. But the fact that you can move so many like objects around, you know, does really indicate the sort of direction that they want to go. You know, like what was it? A guy stacked like 1,000,000 boxes so he could enter a bank. You know, it's like, okay, he didn't have to do that, but he did. You know, which is the sort of like freedom that Larian wants to do. They want the player to approach a situation however they want to. You know, which to me is like, okay, sure, fine, but I also don't really feel like too bothered by it. I'm talking not about the volume of banters, but the frequency. Yeah. Though I think Dav has a pretty good amount of frequency as well. You know, at least from what I remember. Inquisition is broken. Yeah. Which is so wild to me. You know, like I can't believe because people call like what the Inquisition characters like co-workers. They feel like co-workers, even though that is like so untrue. They're beyond just like they are like co-workers. They are like genuinely like friends and enemies. You know, the only reason people say that is because the banter is broken. If the banter wasn't broken, then like people would understand that like, yeah, it's actually quite
I can do that.
how do you say?
That's
There's actually like so much going on.
A simple test. That's settled.
I think a cool narrative game is somewhat buried under the game, where you can carry corpses for some reason. Yeah, yeah. It's definitely one of those like, oh, but wouldn't the player want to carry corpses? I'm like, sure, I guess, sure, man. But like, it's again, and this is I think when I made my Baldur's Gate 3 video, I said like the narrative urgency of it is like absolutely gone. Like there is no narrative urgency in Baldur's Gate 3 because the entire game is like how do you say? Sorry. Baldur's Gate 3's wants you to take it seriously as a linear story, but it does not put in the effort to make it a linear story. Its effort is a lot. It's clearly trying to be best of both worlds, of like a simulational sort of D&D experience where you can do anything, go anywhere, that kind of thing. But also wants you to have a very clean narrative. But you can't do that because in actual D&D, that's nearly impossible, right? Players will start and stop the main quest like 50 times over, and they won't really like keep track of it. There are so many like sessions you have to do in a D&D game of like, okay, so catch up to me again, what happened, While in a narrative, that's quite bad, because if you have to explain to your characters what is happening, that's not great, that's not good,
Yes.
That's quite bad, actually.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the whole time is strange, like, it's basically not there. Yeah, it's like, okay, every single companion is like telling you, okay, we need to like take this seriously, except for like Astarion, right? For obvious reasons. So it's like, okay, we need to take this like super, super seriously, right? If we don't take this, we will die, right? And then like as time progresses, it's like, okay, we're going to die, like it's getting worse, people are getting tense. And it just doesn't do that, Like the game is certainly using the tadpole as a method to force you to keep going, like to do the main quest. But it's nothing. There's no consequences to it, Which also means it's like that's bad because all the triggers for narrative events for companions is done by sleeping. So you will miss so much content if you do not use the camp system. So it's like fucked in multiple ways, It's very strange. Yeah, I suspect them to start saying, why are we not dying? Yeah. You'll find out. I won't spoil it to you. But it's definitely weird, because the whole point of the tadpole is the only reason I can think of is to get you to do the main quest, right? But like the game is centered around the camp system triggering, events so you can see them, like with companions, right? You'll only know certain things about your companions if you take long rests, which is kind of narratively against it, That's kind of fine in a D&D session, because the players like wanting to sleep even without consequences is just something they do, right? There's not really much going around it.
A simple test. That's settled.
Certainly.
I'm talking to the prisoner first. I know it's a plot point, yeah. I don't know who you are, but will you help me? Gods, what have you become of this place? I think I kind of enjoy the time in the camp because Dio vibes. Yeah, same. Right, it's very clear that Larian was like modeling off their camp after like Dragon Age Origins, which is fair. It's fine. The one thing I do kind of irk my brain, because it's not really immersive, is that like different locations have different camps, right? Campsites. But you never visit those campsites, and so it's kind of weird to me. It's like, where do we even camp? Like Dragon Age Origins, I could like ignore because the one campsite is like, okay, it's an interstitial space. It's not really like any specific location. It's just meant to be like a random location you all go to and decide, But Baldur's Gate, like not having the area accessible, kind of freaks me out. Also, credit where credit is due. Thanks for actually being voiced to the other people. Oh yeah, Ryan. Like it is astonishing how much voice acting Baldur's Gate 3 has, you know. And I gotta say, it does really make the world feel a lot more alive because of it, you know. Especially because like each little character has their own thing to say, you know. I don't necessarily think it's always good things to say. It's again same thing of like a random D&D character, a random player going up to a character, an NPC, and say like, "Hey DM, what do they say to me when I talk to them?" Like, they say that the weather is kind of odd, you know, right? That kind of thing. But it is cool, and it's surprising how they didn't get any repeat voice actors, right? I don't think any voice actor reprises like 2 roles, right? Which is very interesting, you know. I don't think I can fight my way out. I take it you ended up after assaulting the keep with Kolsek and his men. So context here: this guy, along with Kolsek, were people who were resisting Radric, and so they fought here. But he got captured, and some of the others got captured as well. And then after I got like overwhelming positivity with the Gilded Veil, Kolsek came to me and said like, "Hey man, could you help me kill Radric?" And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure." I bet Matt Mercer voiced at least six people, okay? Matt Mercer was in Larian's studio, okay? This is a true story. And he was assaulting, personally, Sven Vanecki, saying like, "Hey, I need to voice 6 characters. I need to voice 6 characters." You know, and he was assaulting him, right? They could have banned him. They could have like gotten rid of him, but no, they didn't. You know, they takowed to his rules. You know. Yes, it seemed like a good plan. We got in without incident, and I knew the way, but we were surprised in the dungeons, and most of us. You've seen them, fought them, their bodies at least, not their minds anymore, but their souls. The woman down here, Radric's animancer, her name is Orsur. I've heard of her speaking sometimes, talking about a cure. Lord Radric calls on her often, but she's not curing anyone. She's only turning men and women into monsters. I watched her take the others. I was sure I was next. Men and women turn to evil to cure Hollowborn. Madness. Hello, Yukiro. How are you? What a legend. Yeah, yeah, Zoltan. Matt Mercer assaulting Ven Vanecki to voice more characters, you know, what a legend. Cure, can she cure tentacles? You know, animancers in this world would certainly try. They would certainly try to cure you. I'm not sure if they would be successful, but they would try. I mean, I knew this moment she'd arrive. Also, hi, Kyokuro. How are you doing? Take a turn for the worse. There's nothing good comes of dealing with animancers. Unnatural, a lot of them. Also, to tell anyone who's watching the stream, animancers are basically people who can meddle with the soul. She's the one who transformed them, changed my friends into monsters, said she was doing it for the good of the Veil, good of the Gilded Veil, more like the good of her coin purse and sick curiosity. You go get him. She's dangerous, and the one who knows what else she's got in the laboratory. I wouldn't go in there. She has a convincing manner. Spells, no doubt. You're free. Make a run for it. Thank you, stranger. I have to get back to the fork, but first some food and rest. I think if you would dare the upper floors, please tell Nidmar I live yet. Tell him I still have the carving he gave me of a pale knight. That should convince him, and perhaps he can help you somehow. Haha. Gay. I'm good, finally. Had a Sunday off from the day job so I can watch. Oh, it's cool then, Yukira. I hope your job went well today. I mean, I hope your job is going well in general. I mean, because you got a day off. And I hope you had a day off as well. Good luck, and may the gods keep you safe. Thanks, man. See ya. Okay, lads. Let's back up a bit. Now gain up on this.
Hey.
Nice, we did it.
How could
Day's
use a
good,
wee
thanks.
kip?
Hopefully your day is going well. Which game is this? Guessing Pillars of Eternity. Yeah, it's Pillars of Eternity. I wanted to try it because of Avowed and stuff, and also because of a
Certainly.
video I watched by a guy called Echo Bazaar. He's a cool dude. And I wanted to try that because like I do want to try different RPGs, you know. Since I suspect, and maybe this is very cynical of me, but I suspect BioWare isn't going to be able to make Mass Effect 5. You know, again, it's very cynical of me to think that, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it. So I'm gonna like try different RPGs out just to like get my fix on, you know. I need more BioWare RPGs, okay? I especially need more BioWare RPGs that are willing to do the whole hour-long prologue. Man, I wish that was true. Oh boy. Also, we're not going up here because this is too early. We're going later. It looks like Pillars at the 1/8 the budget. It's so more streamlined and meaningful. Exactly. But anyways, I'm glad your day went well, Akira. Sometimes we all need a bit of a day off. Okay. Blood and speckles of dried flesh encrusted in restraints. Nice. The tank is warm to the touch. The glass vibrates in the bubbling fluid inside. Nice. Streamlined. Stramlined. I think the same for BioWare, sadly. I still play the older games though, no matter what becomes of the company in the future. I mean, yeah, same, right? I'll still, like, replay all the BioWare games, you know, every once in a while, most likely a year, you know, every year. Because I just love them so much. I just wish, because like all the sort of successes of BioWare, right? I don't think there's like, okay, to me at least, I haven't found a true successor to BioWare, right? At least to me. Larian is clearly more focused on the sort of do anything kind of aspect, and BioWare is never really about that. Obsidian has always been very different from BioWare because they never really emphasized their companions characters. They've always been a lot more about themes and stuff. Greedfall is similar. Like, Greedfall is the closest, I think, BioWare successor, right? They're BioWare Eurojank, you know? As for Owlcat, I have no idea. I haven't played Owlcat games. I'd like to try, though. A woman caught mid-step across the room turns her head to face you. Long curls of black hair frame her face, one side of which is freckled and some green liquid. The gaze she sets upon you holds an eerie intensity. Oh, I wouldn't care much if BioWare got closed because their writers, was let go at this point. There's a great producer here and there, but I mean, yeah, Ryan. Like, there's this one, like, Del Maro, I think her name is. And she's the one who did like the newer Deus Ex games, and like I've heard those games are good, but like I can't, and I feel like there's not a lot of doomsaying. I guess maybe because I'm a bit too cynical about it, but like EA saying, oh yeah, I think the reason Veilguard failed was because it wasn't a live service game, which I'm like, okay, how is this not an indication of Mass Effect essentially being a live service game, right? That like EA will be like, so Mike Gamble Areno, Veilguard failed because it wasn't a live service game. We need you to, you know, be a live service game now. You know? I don't know, man. I don't know. More interruptions. What an interesting time we've been here of late. So many uninvited guests. I suppose I have you to thank for all the damage to my work. It took time to get those people back on their feet, you know? What is it you're doing here? Perception. Lord Radrick sent me to check on your progress. Exactly. Where are the were those yours? I prefer cats myself. Who are you? I come to see Lord Roderick. I'm gonna be very honest. Aren't we the bold one? You must be another Cossack's little rebels. Does he recruit you all out of the Black Hound, ply you with drink, ask you to ignore the consequences of your actions? Well, he actually recruited me out of a pregnant woman's house. Big difference, buddy. They see games like Fortnite and stuff, and I think every game needs with loot boxes and in-game gambling. EA can take a long walk of short pier, lol. I agree. They could walk into the ocean for all I care. Cause like it's genuinely something that is so baffling to me. Because like Veilguard is good despite of EA's meddling, right? If EA did not meddle in so much, we would have gotten like, because the reason like Joplin, I think it was Joplin. No, yeah, Morrison was the new one, Joplin was the old one. Joplin was still in development. If EA just left Bioware, like the Dragon Age team alone, you know, Anthem was always going to crash no matter what, you know, even with the Dragon Age team, they're always going to crash. If they just left Joplin alone, we would have legitimately gotten the Dragon Age game we deserve. We deserved, that Bioware deserved, you know. Instead, EA was like, no. You need to, in air quotes, help Anthem to, you know, make sure it gets across the board. Even though they just use it as an excuse to reboot Dragon Age into a live service game. You know? It bloody annoys me. Does Ruku, yeah. No matter what concerns me is the curse upon the Gilded Veil's people. I am on the cusp of a great discovery, and it is not Cossack who reminds me. You might have chosen more powerful allies. What caused Wyden's legacy? It isn't the superstition of a senile old man, I can tell you that. The legacy is infliction of the soul, and I have dedicated my life alongside my peers to understanding the fabric of souls, the essence of life. With any luck, shall hang on the tree alongside her peers too. I consider myself the foremost student of pentagrams framed theograms. It wasn't by chance that I was called here to assist in determining the true cause of the blight. The curse is not a parting gift from the scattered god, nor a punishment for petty sins. It must be a localized effect, something which strips the soul from a body, as the BOX are known to do. Don't tell my town that. They might get real embarrassed about trying to have me hanged. I have detected even so lingering traces of essence upon the bodies of so-called Hollowborn. This suggests that the souls themselves are not wholly destroyed. It remains, I think, intact somewhere, and so it can be retrieved, suttered, if you will, back into the mortal's flesh. It's that fool priest, Nidmar the Baratheon. That old man has woven a tiny little tapestry of lies and fables. Lord Radric is a pious man, and Nidmar holds power over him, especially now, after the business with Ygritte, as if that hollow-born child was my doing. In any case, my efforts are increasingly hobbled by ignorance. The priest has focused Lord Roderick's ambition upon the ruins of the Scattered Gods temple. If it was consecrated and nude, redirected to Beereth, then the curse will be lifted. Roderick believes him, of course. In any case, he has supplied a vast amount of gold towards the effort. You will note that I am bereft of such generous support. I am left to scrounge for answers in these dismal conditions. Could I help somewhere? An interesting proposal. I certainly can't leave you threatening Lord Roderick's life. How would I continue my research if he was gone? Still, perhaps we need not be enemies. True purpose is indeed, as Costa claims, to help the Gilded Veil. Then we are one-minded, and you may well be of use to me. I stand at the very brink of revelation, but the news inference has gone too far. Room to do. I want you to deal with High Priest, of course. With him gone, Roderick will have nobody to distract him. We can focus our efforts upon resolving the crisis, and we will have the resources to do so. Kill him, and in return I will give you the means to speak to Roderick, a secret way by which you can avoid the gods. They are not as patient as I, you see, nor do they seek many questions before attacking. All this with condition that Roderick, you do not harm him. I do hope you are not concerned to deal with her. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to deal with her. She did, in fact, raise the corpses of these people, and while her goal may be, like, noble, you know, trying to, you know, stop the whole Hollowborn crisis, right? I don't think this is a good way of doing it. Very well, if it is battle you long for, I am happy to indulge you. Perhaps Lord Roger will show me greater favor if I bring him your corpse as well. Okay, lads. Let's figure this out. No.
Yes.
How may I help?
What?
Um... Uh... I'm confused.
Hey,
Hey.
How may I help?
Mow it.
Get me. Hey. I did it.
Perhaps a little rest is in order.
How about no, Aloth? Oh wow, my health is like critically low. Fantastic. I agree with EA needing to stop sticking their noses and just let Byra do its thing, but now everyone from the old team is gone. I have lost. Yeah, I kind of feel the same. Cause like when they got rid of, you know, like Patrick Reese, right? The one guy, you know, who was legitimately the one person who was legitimately like who understood Dragon Age so well, you know, who understood like Bioware so
Certainly.
well, because he's literally the guy who wrote More Than Solus, you know, pet cat, pick up the cat, who understood Bioware so well, and they just kind of like, yeah, never mind, dude. I guess you should walk off a bridge. You know, it's like, okay, sure. Like, yeah, sure, man. Let this like amazing writer just go, just because like you guys are not willing, you know, keep them. It really does frustrate me, man. Like, oh my gosh. Like, how do you continue? Like, how do you continue when like that is just, yeah. Oh man. That restores endurance. Minor regeneration. Endurance again. Endurance. Yeah. It does frustrate me though. Really does. I'm correct. What would be the best way to avoid the enemies? Because I clearly cannot take it all. Ooh, my health is so low. Could I camp? I guess I'm gonna camp. Damage reduction. Skill multiplier. Yeah, so but anyways, that's why I'm doing this, because I want to like try new different RPGs, you know, have fun with it, you know. Save game, don't die immediately. What's upstairs? Oh yeah, I remember this one. Yeah, this is a fun one. I remember when I did this one. You can disguise as a priest on this floor to like get past. I think it's cool. Don't mind us. We're just priests. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm just a humble priest, you know? Okay, there was another one. Here. There we go. We still have the old games, and if gamers stood firm against microtransactions, should, but they... Yo, and this is the one thing, Ryan. It's very clear that like the gamers who said like, yeah, we hate microtransactions are like fake gamers. Like, I'm sorry, man. You guys are fake gamers. You've never had like a decent bone in your body, because like you don't like say what you mean. You don't like do what you say, right? Because I remember when microtransactions used to be a huge thing. I remember when Titanfall 1 came out, and Titanfall 1 was a like online only game, right? It had no single player campaign, right? And people were absolutely livid about it. Like, yeah, how can you have a online only game, right, with no campaign? Because that was unheard of at the time. But now it's just like a normal everyday thing, you know. It's just expected that sometimes games just be not live, just be multiplayer only games. And it's like, okay, yeah, we've moved past it. Gamers are like morons who don't actually like do anything with their hobby, you know. It really bothers me, you know. Wyden's legacy is a sign of Barrow's pleasure. Wyden's legacy is a sign of pleasure. Hold on, sister. Pardon my interruption, but I don't seem to recall seeing you before. What? I didn't have time to entertain your lack of perception. Off with you. I run a recent taking my vows. Man, I hate battle passes. Yo, man, it's like... But no, gamers are morons who actually don't have beliefs, you know? Like, they just not going to, you know, do anything with it, right? Like, there are so many other good games out there, right? Like last stream, right, we were talking about, like, Supergiant Games, and they've made Hades, right? And they're an amazing studio, right? Yet so many of these people will not, like, support people like them, because, I don't know. I can get because there are only some games you can get as a AAA game. Like, to me, it's just like, I don't know. You can definitely still get good games through other means without, like, supporting bad practices, you know? I did not mean to offend you. Please continue with your duties. Now, that's how you know my character knows. When do we get away with this? I doubt. I doubt we can count on such luck. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna be... That's a lot of reading. I'll read that on my own time. I got your gift. I can't believe someone actually wrote that down. Parchment. I left something for you in the trap hole. Careful not to dig into the Ron's skull again. Suggestive. Yeah. Like, the only games I've played that like had loot boxes, right? Was like Assassin's Creed Origins, right? And I didn't even need to play that game, right? I played it because I didn't buy it, right? I bought it because it came
A
bundled
simple
with
test. I can do
my
that.
Xbox.
A simple test.
So I just played it because of it. I didn't even buy it consciously, you know. I haven't even bought. Hold on, sister. Gosh darn it. No one is to leave their post until Roger gives a word. Where are you going? Are you thick? Roger just ordered us to search the rooms. Cossacks men may still be in the keep. Well then, yes, I'll leave you to it. May Bayreth grant your foes swift passing. Yeah, exactly. Get out of here, man. I can search this place. I could search this place later, right?
I can do that.
Can you, though? Can you?
That's settled.
Question of power.
Hmm? Certainly.
A simple test. That's settled.
Okay, I feel like I'm getting closer at the end of this. And then I'm going to switch to playing KOTOR. I think I have Assassin's Creed Origins. I haven't played any of them yet. Other than the first game. I got gifted games now and then, but forgot to play it, hence why I have a... Yeah, I mean, same hey. Same hey. Assassin's Creed Origins is cool, though. I like it. Though, it is very different from the other Assassin's Creed games. Like, differently so. Anyway, the frail old priest is hunched over the table, surrounded by scattered scrolls and parchments, examining the contents with the aid of a thick monocle. He glances up and more visitors then? You're not the ones. You're not one of the acolytes or the guards, that for that matter, which makes you an intruder at least. Cossack put you up to this, I suppose. Yes, that would seem. Sending young women to dash themselves against the keep's defenses. Would that my servants could draw such fervor. Still, you are here. What is it you want? I'm here. Okay, cool. Yesko is safe. He asked me to tell you about the carving you gave him. Oh, thank gods. Thank you. I did not think anyone could. That is, I feared. I did not want him to meet the Pale Knight so soon. Here, perhaps this will serve as a reward. So this will open a door in the scriptorium, and he points west. And from there you can reach the chapel and Lord Roderick without encountering quite so many gods. Take this too. I have little wealth to offer besides these things. I would entreat you before you go. Despite his shortcomings, Lord Roderick follows the gods with obedience, and he has gilded veils built into his mind. It may be that with time he can achieve what he desires. Please consider this before you turn to violence. I thought you favored Cossack as Lord of Roderick's hold. I favor him as he is, a man of vision, but Cossack has a hunger in him for rule. I dropped Origins because it was so slow. I mean, you and like a dozen other... Oh, you mean Origins of Assassin's Creed. Wait. What do you mean? Not even just in sprint? I don't know what you mean, Zeralton. Okay, I can't agree or disagree on that information. I need to plug my PlayStation into my capture card so I can play them on my channel. Most of my pile of PlayStation 4 games. That's a good idea, Yukara. That's a good idea. I favor him. He is not led by his faith. Still, he is my friend, and I'm willing to assist Cossack in restoring divine favor to the lands of Gilded Vale, should Roderick fall at this. What does this key open? It's a master key. It will not open every door, but it will permit you access the stairs leading down into the Lord's Chapel. It will also open the door along the keep's main hall, but you will face heavy fighting if you go that way. You do not have much time. Whatever you intend, Lord Drago will soon discover that one of his prisoners have escaped, and then you will lose the element of surprise. I need a rest, please. But surely you don't mean... Very well, I cannot ask you to brave the dungeons when you are not at your finest. Rest for a few hours. Sure, no one enters. 8 hours? Oh, I'm not gonna do that. Baywick was moving too slow for... Oh, Bayek. Yeah. That's the one weird thing about the RPG games. They're very slow. Like, obscenely slow. Restless gaze. Psalms to Woodica. Ah, Woodica. I think I'll come here later. Ooh. So that's why Velgard isn't an RPG. Rook moves at a reasonable pace. Now that is true, man. Now that is very true. Very true indeed. Any RPG that allows my character to move faster than a snail, right, is definitely an action RPG. That's very true. True and based. Okay, let me get actually back into my normal clothes. Okay. No, I meant this guy. Oh, and when I meant Durance, Ryan, the game described him as ugly, which I find very funny. Like it literally said like, and before you see an ugly man. Like, oh, okay. That's a bit mean to him, but sure. That's fine, I guess. No, but it doesn't look cool. I have this on Steam. I guess I should play Pillars at some point. It's but I do have to say though, Yukaro, this is not a like streaming game or a recording or a playthrough game. This is a very how do I say, cerebral game. You know, you have to take a lot of time to consider and to think about things, and especially the dialogue, right? It's definitely not like one of those games you can just like stream or play or record, and for people to just be inherently interested into. There's a reason why the Pillars games were never really that big. Even Avowed, as big as it is now, didn't. Its coasting on the Pillars IP wasn't to its help, I think, that much. A man voiced by Matt Mercer can't be ugly. Durance is voiced by Matt Mercer, really? That's not surprising to me. Okay. Let's end this. And then I can play Kotor. So, this game has a fast forward button, which makes things so much easier. Look at my guys go. They're blitzing. I don't actually know, but in this game I assume everyone is voiced by Matt Mercer. Yeah, the female characters are voiced by Matt Mercer. The children are voiced by Matt Mercer. Everyone's voiced by Matt Mercer. Not too worried about streaming it or anything, just reminds me of old school games you've heard. No, same as well. Which is kind of why I played it, you know? What do you mean? What do
Yes.
you mean?
Aye?
Hi? Okay. Let me see. Maybe here would be better. Because I have played this section before. I just don't remember where. Yeah, you the player are not only gay because you have a man inside you, right? Is it because I don't have the key in my inventory? Is that why? Let me check that one first. But two voiced by Mercer, yeah. Exactly. Whew. Yeah.
Yes.
These ones are in for a
I
walk!
was knocked out.
I shall deal with this one. I shall deal with this one.
I shall deal with this one.
Yes? I could use a wee kip.
I could also do that, man. Okay.
Certainly.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even have to go here. I think I'm done. I'm gonna quickly load up Kotor and play the remaining hour to finish. First program. While you wait in eternal darkness, let me get Kotor ready. Okay, Kotor. No. Let me see if I can get Kotor to work. Okay, is it on? Not on. Bad. Oh yeah, I was playing Berserk when I think the biggest mistake Kotor remake could make is not make Basta bisexual. I mean, I think the biggest mistake they could do is not make anyone bisexual. Alright. Imagine. A course that's not bisexual, okay? People would riot. Especially since, like, he's voiced by Caden, you know? Okay, I don't know why Kotor does this to me. Kotor is very weird. It's a very different problem from Pillars of Eternity. Or same-sex romance in Star Wars, scandalous? Yeah, exactly. Okay. Okay, now why is it not working? Oh.
You were lucky to win the last match, but luck is no substitute for skill. If you ever...
Okay, well, it's working now. It's working now. Oh, thank goodness. Ah, Pazak. Okay. Are we gonna progress in the story? No, we're playing Pazak.
You were lucky to win the last match, but luck is no substitute for skill in Pazak. If you are foolish enough to play me
It is
again,
interesting though that
I won't
Bayer is
repeat
one of the
mistake
first
of
studios to
underestimating
like
you.
one of the very first studios to introduce like same-sex romance. It's very funny to me. Oh, why it's not working now? Oh, now it's working now. Fantastic. You think it was luck? Let's do it again.
I'm going to enjoy relieving you of your credits almost as much as I'm going to enjoy humiliating you.
Ah, now this is entertainment, okay? Oh! You've lost, you fool! Oh! I've never lost a Zark game in my life, never mind. Gosh darn it. I hate this game so much. Berserk is bullshit. Ooh, I hate this game. Yeah. The stram has stuck again. Oh, is it stuck again? Oh my gosh, dude, why is... The sound works, but it's... Oh my gosh darn it, dude. I'm not playing my bizarre game, okay? I can tell you that. Okay. Maybe this is a secret boon to me, okay? Okay, now it's working. Fantastic. Okay. No! Okay. Lose.
You were lucky to win
And
the
you
last
even have
match,
to save
but
some
luck is no
class.
substitute for skill in Pazak. If you are foolish enough to play me again, I won't repeat the mistake of underestimating you.
Hold on, I need to see on the door and fan,
If you
okay?
ever wish to test yourself against the best Pazak player on Taris, you know where to find me.
What do you think of this
Yes,
car?
what's on your mind?
Never mind.
Terrace? The plan? From what I... Well, that's all.
Okay.
You get...
I saw your match against Niklos. He doesn't lose very often. I bet you could make a lot of credits as a...
Save. Override. Yes. I can't lose my Pazak
You were
streak.
lucky to win the last match, but luck is no substitute for skill in Pazak. If you are foolish enough to play me again, I won't repeat the mistake of underestimating you. I'm going to enjoy it.
I hate this game so much. Pazak is bullshit. No! I'm a moron! Oh my gosh, darn it, dude. Oh, I hate him so much. The image is stuck again? Okay. I have no... This is the weird thing for Kotor, okay? For some reason, it just sticks like this. Though, I think after this Bizarre game, even though it's not that much, I'm gonna stop playing Kotor again. Because I'm losing energy. I had a full day today. I didn't mention it, but I had a birthday party. Or just a birthday day with my younger brother, you know. It was nice, it was fun. But man, I'm tired. Oh, it's working now. Pazak. I hate this game.
Pazak is
Okay.
not. If you
Yeah, Pazak. Yeah, sorry for ending the stream early. Yo, Pazak is actually on the screen, yeah. Though not for long. Though I think I'm just gonna end it right there then. Because I'm not... That Pitter's gameplay took a bit out of me. And also, I'm just like, generally not that enthusiastic. Thanks guys for coming though. It was fun having you around. Though I might finish that other place off stream. Do have to see about that. May you have you in a fuller day tomorrow, but full of rest and perhaps snack a multitude. I will Zerton. Thank you for coming as always. I always appreciate it. Thank you for Yukura for coming today as well. It was nice seeing her. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.